from policy to education to housing, all of it has some effective segregation, some element of segregation in it, and that I'm the generation that has to fight to change that for the next one.
Race is a very pervasive issue in the state, in my opinion. It touches every aspect of a life, education, employment.
One of our major findings is that we live separately, and that impacts not only our ability to prosper, but to understand one another. This separation and segregation was intentional. One of the major things that happened was redlining, where banks drew red lines around certain neighborhoods and refused to lend money to people of color who wanted to live there.
Most of the poor residents live in this one area of the city. Everywhere west of 9th Street is very disinvested, poor, and that's where you see a lot of the violence is at, and this is also predominantly Black. It comes from a history of redlining that Louisville has, which also I feel like hasn't been adequately addressed.
One of the most blatant legacies of Jim Crow is our criminal justice system that remains separate and unequal even today. African American men are disproportionately incarcerated, and this impacts us all.
We know we incarcerate more people than anywhere else in the country, in the world for that matter, in Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, in the Deep South. Not only do we incarcerate more people, we know we disproportionately incarcerate more people of color than the population supports.
Did a study on juvenile participation rate in the correctional system, and just every step of the way, the participation rate of African American children doubled. It's definitely there, and it definitely has an impact.
Every child's experience with the police force isn't a positive one. Or they know someone who's been locked up or had some of his civil rights may have been violated. When you go into a community that's happened to those kids, it's hard to develop that relationship because their guard is already up because of things that they've experienced.
I wear this shirt in memory of those Black individuals who were killed with impunity by law enforcement officers. And so I wear it in memory and in honor of them because these are generations gone.